Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video using this will be like an eyeshadow tutorial because I've already put on my foundation and setting powder and all that, my bronzer, blush, highlight, and we're going to be using, well, I'm going to be using the Voyageur Nectar palette. This one is exclusive to Ulta. And it's this palette. There's been a lot of mixed reviews on YouTube about this palette. People have been saying it's a little bit patchy. So I'm gonna give it a go because out of all the Voyageur palettes that have come out, I believe it's Sephora has like 4 of them. But Ulta has this one, which is exclusively to them. This one is similar to the copper one that Sephora has, but this has more peachy tones. The other one has more sort of like coppery, reddish tones. So this is a bit more neutral, okay? So I'm gonna be using this on my eyes today. And just so we can do a quick, not review here, but just kind of want to let you know what I have on my face. I have my Bareminerals original foundation on my face. I have my Hoola bronzer that I use to bronze my cheeks, and then I'm using the TooFaced Unicorn Tears Mystical Highlighter on my cheekbones. Wow, that took me forever to remember that name. I like this color for the summer. It's really different. It's not as crazy looking as it looks in the pan. Let me just really quick swatch it for you for the sake of this video. So it looks pretty crazy when I swatch it on my finger, but it looks very white. But once you apply it, honestly, it's really nice. It gives you this sort of very subtle iridescent look, and it kind of just moves with you. And I have it on my cheeks right now. You can't really tell, but like I said, it's very subtle, but it's there. It's there. All right, let's get started. So I'm gonna be using, let me prime my lips. I can't talk today. Let me prime my eyelids. Not my lips. Okay, I'm gonna be using the Bareminerals 5-in-1 BB Advanced Performance Cream Shadow in Blushing Pink. This is just a primer that I had in my collection. Let me take off the plastic off of this thing so I can use it. And I'm just gonna apply a little bit. This primer is just a flesh tone. It's literally the same color of my eyelids, but as you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, I have really veiny eyelids, and so I need primers that have like a neutralizing effect, that are, you know, high pigmented. It almost acts like a concealer, but it's not. So this dries down fairly quickly, and it's not silicone base, so it literally dries down matte, but it's really good at keeping your eyeshadow in place. Now this is going to be a little bit tricky for me because the sticker on the back of the palette has like the names. It doesn't tell you which one's which. So let me just, where's my phone really quick, because I want to make sure that I'm giving you the correct information. And I'm also going to tell you how much this palette retails for. And this is the Nectar palette, retails for $32. I did use a 20% coupon that Ulta had sent me because I'm a Diamond member, and I used it to purchase this palette. So this is how the colors go. We have, let me see, Desert City is the first one, okay? Then we have Chateau, which is this glittery shade. This is a matte shade, super, super matte. These two shades right here are very matte. All right, so we've got Desert City, Chateau, Escalette. That's a weird name. And then we have down here, the other matte shade is Pearl River, Satay, and Avenue of Stars. Okay, so these two are really glittery shades, and these two are like these satin finish shades there. All right, so the first color I'm gonna go in with is the first matte shade right here, and that's gonna be in Desert City. So now I see how the sticker, it's very confusing. I prefer when the sticker kind of overlays on exactly where the pan of the shadow is, but you know, we can't be picky. I'm just gonna put this, I'm gonna be using a Bareminerals Shade and Diffuse eyeshadow brush, and I'm just gonna put this all over my lid. So far, this matte shade is not patchy. This color is gliding super smoothly on my lid. However, I am showing a lot of kick up. As you can see from my pan, there's a lot of kick up from that shadow. So I'm just putting that all over my lid, all the way up to my brow bone, and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. And then once I'm done putting that all over my lid, I'm gonna layer this. I'm going to use, let's see, Escalette, which is the satin shade right here. And I'm gonna use the same brush. And I'm only gonna apply this shade right on my lid, just to give it, you know, a little bit of a brightening effect. So if you're the type of person that doesn't like kick out coming from your shadows, you're not gonna like this palette, because the shadows in this palette have a lot of kick up. Look at this. And this is like, and the brush that I'm using is flat, very light, very fluffy shadow brush. So okay, then I'm gonna go in with a transition shade, and that's gonna be, I'm gonna use Chateau, which is this sort of satiny peachy shade. And I'm just gonna put that on my crease, just my crease area. Now this palette for me, I feel is like an everyday easygoing palette that you can use for work or whatnot. This doesn't seem to me like a palette that you would be able to use, you know, for nighttime looks, because the colors in here are not very deep. So this is just a very, if you're looking for something easy, something that you don't have to think about, then this is a palette for you. I tend to gravitate towards palettes like this, because I am like, when I do my makeup, I'm like 1, 2, 3 out the door. Like, I don't want to have to think about having to specifically like place a shadow somewhere and use like 10 different brushes. Realistically speaking, I have a job that I have to be at at 7 a.m. So I don't have that kind of time in the morning. That kind of stuff is cool for me like on the weekends, or if like I'm doing a video, but realistically speaking, it just doesn't work for me on a day-to-day. So this is definitely a palette that I like. Now, so far, the shades have performed fine. As you can see, this is a transition color on the lid, and I'm using a Real Techniques base shadow brush. This brush does not have a number on it, so this is before Real Techniques started to put numbers on their shadows. So this is just the base shadow brush, and it has a let me see if I can show you this, a dome like application so I can really get into my crease. Now that I've applied Satay as my transition color, I'm gonna go in with the darker shade in here, and that's gonna be in Pearl River, and that's this color right here, which is a total matte shade. Now this specific color right here, this middle one down here called Satay, that color didn't give me too much of a kick up, but all the other shades I've used, there's a lot of kick up in the shadow. Now I know you're not supposed to blow your brushes, but between you and me, I blow my brushes all the time. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this into the crease to just give it a little bit of depth. And I'm mostly concentrating this color just from the middle of my crease to the outside. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Now, on it, I guess, I don't know. Some people have had really negative things to say about these palettes, but it's working out just fine for me in this video. I really don't see any patchiness at all. It's actually gliding on smoothly, and it's performing just as well as any other Nars eyeshadow I have. I don't know, maybe I got a good one. So, good thing with Ulta is, like, if you buy it, it doesn't work out for you, you can always return it. All right, then that's gonna be it for my crease. Let me just clean up a little bit. Any fallout? I really didn't have any fallout, actually, now that I'm really looking at it. Next, I'm gonna go in with my finger, the same finger I used to apply my primer, and I'm gonna go into this super glittery shade right here in the middle, which is called Chateau, or Chateau. I don't even know if I'm butchering this. So this is a very glittery shade, so let's see how this one performs. And I'm just gonna apply this really close into the first half of my eyelid. I'm not really bringing it up, I'm just applying it right here. And I'm gonna do that to both sides. Just a little bit. All right, so although this is a glittery shade, it really doesn't apply the way a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow would apply, which is sort of what you're expecting when you look at this shade in the pan. So I guess that's a con. If you really like Super Shock shadows like that, I'm not a big fan of Super Shock shadows. I do not like having so much glitter on my eyelids. And there we go. That pretty much completes this look. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna go in with a smudger brush, or is it a pencil brush from Morphe? Let me see. I bought it recently. It was fairly cheap. It is an M431 brush. And I'm gonna go in to this really deep copper shade right here. And that's in Avenue of Stars. And I'm very lightly going to apply that to my lower lash line. And I'm only gonna apply on the outer corner, because I feel like this could become real dramatic real quick, and that's not what I'm going for. And I'm gonna get a little bit of that same shade, and I'm just gonna apply it on the outer corner right here, just a little bit. I'm just smudging that in just to give a little bit of depth but really you don't have to do this step. This is just an extra because I wanted to use all the shadows in the palette just to give you guys, you know, an idea of what it looks like. This particular shadow, Avenue of Stars, also does not have a lot of kick up. So 80% of the palette has shadows with a lot of kick up, because the two of the shadows were fine. It was, I think the matte shades were the ones that were, you know, the most difficult when it came to kick up. All right, so it gives you just a very, very subtle depth right there in the corner of the eye, like a coppery little, like je ne sais quoi. And then we're done. We're done with the eye look. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and apply my Chanel eyeliner Intense Eye Pencil in number 69 Clear. And I'm just gonna apply that to my bottom waterline. And just to brighten it, you know, brighten that area. I really like this eye pencil. I'll be doing a video of month favorites, so give you my overall thoughts. Once I've applied that, I'm gonna go in with my Bareminerals Lash Domination Pink Eyeliner. And this has a felt tip. It's flexible, and I'm just gonna tight line with this. Actually, I'm gonna have to use my bigger mirror. You guys already know. You guys already know the struggle when it comes to eyeliner. Let me flip this over because I need to really be able to see my eye. Okay. And I know that you're not supposed to tug on your eyelid, but I do it because I'm blind. And I have to close my eye to be able to really get in there. I don't have a lot of space between my eyelash and, you know, my eyelid. So when I find that when I don't pull my eyelid to do this, I get bald spots that I can't fill in. Like I can't, when I try to fill them in, it doesn't come out even, if that makes sense. So there are no rules in applying makeup. So you do what works for you. So now that I've tight lined, I'm gonna go in with the Gimme Brow in number 3.5. And I'm just gonna fill in my brows. Let me just now move this over here because I don't need it anymore. Just to give it a little bit of color and to tame them a little bit. I have a really thick eyebrow hair, and it's a little bit on the wild side, I'm not gonna lie. So just a little bit, just to tame it. And once I'm done here, I'm gonna go ahead and apply Nars, the Nars Climax mascara. I like this mascara. The only thing I have to say is the bristles on this mascara are really, really rough. So they're not as soft as like the bristles I'm used to using with my Better Than Sex, the TooFaced Better Than Sex mascara, or my Bareminerals Lash Domination mascara. Although that mascara doesn't have like actual hair bristles, it's actually plastic. Like not plastic, but I think it's like a rubber. The rubber is actually very soft. So these feel like really hard plastic bristles. It prevents you from getting like super deep into the lash, but what I find with this mascara that I like about it, it really lengthens and it really does a good heavy coat. It makes your eyelashes look fuller, and that's why I like this mascara. And I'm just applying one coat of this. Let me get into those little hairs in the middle. And whoa, I have one. Yeah, my eyelashes are also super wild. They're everywhere. But you know, I'm not complaining because at least I don't have to wear falsies. I can't do it. It makes my eyes cry. Like, it's just, it feels very odd to me. I've applied my mascara. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of lipstick. I'm gonna use the Bareminerals lipstick in Strip. And I'm just gonna apply this without any lip liner because this is a, you know, sort of like a natural look. This is from the Gen Nude line, and this is like a warm nude. All right, that's it. We're done. That completes the look. Honestly, my overall thoughts, oh, you know what? Let me apply some finishing powder. I'm gonna go in with my Geurlain Electric Pearls. I love this. I have nothing to say like negative about this palette. I really like the way that it performed. I like the colors. I mean, you guys saw it wasn't patchy. It didn't feel patchy. I really like it, guys. I mean, if you were interested in buying this palette, take what I say with a grain of salt. I just review what works for me. And this palette really worked for me. I really liked it. $32. I used a 20% coupon, so I paid even less than that. You get 6 really nice neutral shades. I recommend this palette. I really had no issues. Unless you like super shock shadows and that's what you were expecting with this shade, you're not gonna really get that. There's a lot of kick up, but other than that, I really like it and I hope that you enjoy this video, guys. Thank you so much and see you in my next one. Bye.